Hey, we recently heard about water TDS, and it is a concern for many, but we really want to know what TDS really is and why it matters to us. Someone said that lower TDS means good water, but is it really? Let's do some tests. So, after all the tests we have done, we cannot say that lower TDS means drinkable water. No matter the minerals in the water, good or bad, the TDS can be high or low.
So this is a spin-down filter, and it's used to maintain the water that's coming into the system to help reduce the wear and tear on the system. It extends the life of the system by catching a lot of particles in the mesh. And to clean it out about once a month, it depends on, you can look in here and see when it's dirty. You can put a bucket under here, or you can attach a hose to this. You just open the valve and it spins down the water and it pushes all that back out, comes out here, and then you just close it, and it extends the life of the entire system. And it saves you money in the long run and the short run. On the fittings for this, there is a 3/4 inch female or a 1 inch male that you can attach to. So for our system, we have a 3/4 inch male adapter, and that's what we're going to use, and we just need to put Teflon tape on both sides of this and install it. There's 2 rings to each side, and then we'll crimp that. I like to do it twice. The good thing about the PEX is in a situation where it could freeze, this will expand to about that big and it won't bust. It will just, the ice will melt and it'll shrink back down and it'll be fine.
And reduce scale that can clog faucets, ruin plumbing, and damage water using appliances that you depend on. By connecting a whole house water filtration system to your main water feed, all water coming into your home will have to pass through the filter before being routed to faucets, showers, toilets, dishwashers, washing machines, and water heaters. It also pre-filters water before reaching other in-home filtration devices, such as water softeners and drinking water filters, making them even more effective. Culligan offers a full line of quality whole-house water filtration products that you can install on your own. Culligan's lineup features a variety of housing styles, user-friendly features, capacities, and filter cartridge replacements, so you can install the solution that best fits your unique water challenges and budget. Let's take a look at installing one of Culligan's most popular and most advanced whole-house water filtration system, the WH-S200C, which features a 3/4 inch inlet for the more common 3/4 inch pipe. If you have 1 inch pipes, you can choose from one of Culligan's 1 inch inlet models, which install similarly. The WH-S200C comes with a clear housing, a housing wrench, a P5 filter, and a mounting bracket. It has an easy grip bypass valve and a battery-operated filter life monitor for added convenience. For installation, you will need a pipe cutter or hacksaw, 2 adjustable wrenches, a file, 2 3/4-inch compression fittings with ferrules, Teflon tape, a Phillips screwdriver, and a marker. First, let's find the best place to install the whole house filter. It must be positioned after the water meter, pressure tank, or pressure booster pump, and must allow enough room on either side of the housing and fittings for installation access. There also must be enough room below the unit for the housing to be removed to allow for filter changes, planned for at least 1.5 inches. A sturdy surface to install a mounting bracket provides added rigidity to the installation, but is not required. Once we have a location, turn off the water supply and open the nearest faucet to drain pipes. If using the optional BRC mounting bracket shown here, ensure that the position of the housing is consistent with the direction of your water flow. In this case, the water is flowing from left to right. Align the holes of the bracket with the holes on the back of the filter head. Insert 4 mounting screws through the bracket and into the filter head until tight. Next, let's prepare both compression fittings. Apply Teflon tape in clockwise direction to pipe threads of each adapter. Start adapters into filter head by hand. Use a wrench to tighten firmly. Be careful to not over-tighten. Now with the housing unit prepared, let's mount to the wall. If your pipes are too close to wall to accommodate the depth of the whole house filter, as they are here, you'll need to install the unit by adding 2 sets of 3/4-inch compression elbows and some extra piping. In order to determine how much pipe needs to be removed for the installation, measure the overall length of the configured system, adding some additional room to work with on either side. In this case, we added about 4 inches to each side for a total measurement of 17 inches. Mark the section of the pipe to be removed. Using a pipe cutter or hacksaw, cut and remove marked section of pipe. Sand or file the rough edges. And then add compression fit elbows and additional piping at appropriate length away from wall. Add second set of elbows to each side. Now attach the housing to the wall using the mounting bracket and 4 mounting screws. With the filtration unit in place, let's measure and cut incoming and outgoing pipes, careful to account for the engagement depth on the elbows and the compression fittings. Slip brass compression nut and ferrule onto the end of the incoming pipe. Insert pipe into elbow on left and push firmly for solid engagement. Then press pipe firmly into the compression fitting. Using 2 adjustable wrenches, hold incoming fitting securely with 1 wrench and tighten nut with the second wrench. Repeat process for outgoing side to connect to outgoing pipe. The WHS200C we are installing here comes equipped with a P5 filter in place. If for some reason it has been removed, or if you are installing a different model, now is the time to install the filter cartridge, making certain it slips over the standpipe at the bottom of the housing. Then carefully screw into place, making sure the cartridge slips into the standpipe in the filter head. Ensure the filter housing has been properly tightened using the housing wrench. Turn the bypass valve to filter mode, using the handle of the housing wrench for added leverage. Then slowly turn on the main water supply. Slowly press red pressure relief button on top of the filter to release trapped air. Check for leaks. Open nearest faucet and flush filter cartridge for 5 minutes. Reset filter life indicator by holding reset button for 2 seconds. And the system is good to go. As a homeowner, you are now ready to enjoy the benefits of reduced sediment and scale, including cleaner faucets, sinks, and showers, along with longer-lasting, better-performing appliances.
The water line that comes in is from here, and it's flowing in this direction. So we teed off right here to get the water through the filter system, and we still have the option of bypassing the whole system so that we can do maintenance on this. We can shut the handles off and the water can continue to the house while we do maintenance on this, so we don't have to shut everything down. So the water comes across this direction and up, and it goes through this pre-sediment filter. It's a spin down filter. Then we go through the stage filter, which is the fine sediment is the first part, and the second part is the carbon filter, which takes out the chlorine and the tastes and the weird things that are in the water that make it taste funny. And then on ours, on this last one, we have an iron and manganese filter. We have well water, so we're trying to filter out those heavy metals. And then after that, it goes through the biofilter, which is just a UV light which kills any bacteria that can get through the system. And then it ties right back in up at the top with another valve. And to do maintenance on it, it's simple, just turning handles, and then we can just screw these off, put in new filters, and the filter on this is super simple to clean out. So inside these filter containers are the filters, and they are still sealed with plastic, so we have to open these. So the first filter in the line is a sediment filter. It picks up the particles of sand, rust, and scale. The second filter in the series is for picking up chlorine and things like that, the things that make the water taste funny. And the last one is for the heavy metals of iron and manganese. We just need to install those on the bracket, which I already have installed on the wall. And it's just as simple as taking the piece and screwing it straight in and making sure that it gets tight. There's a wrench for it. The filters go in very easily and smoothly. It doesn't take a lot of effort to turn the filter with a wrench, but everything here is cast iron. It's very heavy duty. The easiest thing I found to do is just to push this up and put my finger in the center of the bottom and just spin it on my finger to get it to go straight in. Just give it about a quarter of a turn. And that's it, it's that simple. The next thing we need to do is prep all our fittings. Since I have 3/4 inch line, and this has a 1 inch inlet, we have to reduce down to 3/4. So we have to use Teflon tape on everything. Always lay it on there in the direction that it tightens. And I usually do about 3 times around. The reason I do it in the direction it tightens is if you do it in the other direction, when you tighten, it will actually just spin back out of the threads. So this keeps it, as you're tightening the thread, the fitting in, it stays on the threads. When we do change these filters out, before we unscrew this, there's a pressure relief button here and here and here, and that will release the pressure that's inside of this closed loop system. There's just a small closed loop here that has pressure still on it, and we just release it with those buttons, and then this just comes off.